Hey everyone, welcome to our Lunch and Learn What is Coaching call. Valerie and I are so excited to be here to bring you just a little bit more about our stories and what we do as coaches and why our team is unique. So I'm just going to get started right away, but my name is Kirsten Jones and I have been doing this for 7.5 years, which is mind-blowing to me how fast time goes. But I'm just going to share a little bit about my story, and then Val is going to share her story because we have unique stories with this business, and I will share a little bit more about what we do, and then we really want to address some common fears that people are feeling about getting started as a coach and taking advantage of this opportunity. So we want to go over that with you because we know that those things are very common and we want to address that. And then we'll talk a little bit about what makes our team unique and then what the next steps will be after learning about this opportunity and deciding if this is right for you. So again, I started 7.5 years ago. I joined as a customer and I was invited to an online challenge group, which maybe that's what you've been part of as well. But the challenge group ultimately changed my life. It gave me a community that supported me. It gave me a fitness program that I could follow. And it gave me a nutritional supplement that absolutely changed the way I looked at food. It changed my behavior around food. And it really changed every aspect of my life. So I got in really, really good shape. I was someone that enjoyed fitness and liked going to the gym, but I would just wander around doing all the cardio machines. I had no direction. So I loved these programs because they gave me this calendar to follow and it was expert created. So I knew that I was going to get results. But the biggest thing for me was the community. It was the accountability. I had a group to check into. And when I finished up that group, I was very active in the group. I was very excited about what was happening to me so positively and how I was changing, that I was approached by my coach and said, why don't you help other people? I know you're loving this. And I thought, you know what? I need to stay accountable. And the only way for me to stay accountable is if I run these groups just like this every month. I'm using the products. I love the products. What if I could just help some people? And then it would keep me on track too. I wasn't at my goal yet. I didn't feel like I had hit exactly where I wanted to be. So it was kind of scary because I thought I had to be perfect, but it was okay because I was just going to share my journey and invite people to do it with me. And so that's what I did. And as I started to continue on my journey, get more results, complete more programs, and then dive into what the community was about, I was amazed at the opportunity that was in front of me. I had just started working as an occupational therapist. I had been working for about a year in this new career. So I was a little bit nervous about taking on this job or saying that I would go all in and leave my OT job eventually. That was never my intention when I started because I just loved my OT job. But what happened was, as I got more involved with the community, I saw the opportunities that were available to me. And I saw that eventually when I had a family, I could bring in an income and I could stay home and raise my family. And that was super appealing to me. I was also a therapist. I worked in a nursing home. My schedule meant I had to work weekends sometimes. I had to work holidays. I lived far from my family. So I didn't get to go home for all of the holidays. And then I had such a limited amount of vacation that I didn't have the time off to be able to do all the things that I wanted to do, to travel, to take my own vacations. I had a lot of college debt. I don't know if any of you have felt that, but I was really living paycheck to paycheck. When I started this business, I was single. So I had graduated from my grad school program, lots of debt, living paycheck to paycheck, not really enough money to take a vacation or travel, and really just scrounging to make ends meet or save a little bit so I could get home for holidays or travel. So I was working overtime when I could. I honestly said to myself, I guess I'll just my loans will be forgiven in 25 years. So I guess I'll just like be 55, because there was a ceiling to what I could make as an occupational therapist. And I never knew that there was an opportunity like this out there that could give me this income potential, help me pay off debt, and keep me accountable to my own goals. So it was the best of all worlds. Well, the more I got involved with coaching, the more I loved it, the more that I saw freedom is what I wanted in my schedule, and I saw a future. And 2 years into my business, I ended up leaving my full-time job because I was making as much or more as a full-time coach as I was as an occupational therapist. So I transitioned into that full-time role, and then lo and behold, I got pregnant with my first son. So it kind of worked out perfectly because now I was able to be home. So I've really worked this business as a part-time coach. I will say full-time income earning, but the hours that I've put in is really part-time hours, because once I left my full-time job, I was pregnant, and then I had my son. So I've been raising my babies. I now have 2 kids. One is 4.5, one is 1, and I have a third on the way. So I've been working this business part-time at home, among the pockets of time that I have as a mom, and working the business, raising my kids, being pregnant, being at home, and bringing in an income for my family. So it's really been the best of all worlds. I can work from anywhere. I love that this business is mobile. I love that I can participate in groups like Bible studies and MOPS groups, other mommy groups, but I can also bring in an income for my family because working is something that I truly found that I enjoy. I didn't want to be stay-at-home mom 24/7. I wanted to have a career and a passion and a purpose, because that's just me. That's my drive. So that's really my story. I love what I do because I feel like our groups change lives. I love helping women come into this, not only changing their lives using the products, but also changing their lives building a business. Because I've seen time after time other moms, other women come into this business and they can earn that extra income to pay. And it doesn't even have to be to leave your full-time job, but they're paying for swim lessons. They're paying for all kinds of sporting events. They're paying for extra vacations and travel. And they're getting in the best shape of their lives and also becoming the best version of themselves in the process. And they're dreaming big. I have women, and myself included, they're coming into this and they are creating vision boards that they never had before, because they just thought that this was life, that we just work 40 hours a week, we live for the weekends, and this is it. Like, we raise a family, we retire, empty nest, just this is it. But this isn't it. Like, there is so much opportunity. And when you join this coaching opportunity, you're taught that. You're taught about dreaming big and creating visions for your future. And you can have those things, and your potential is unlimited. None of that I saw before this coaching opportunity. So yes, we have a shake. Yes, we have workouts, but personal development is so huge with this business too. And so I have become the best version of me, and I'm continuing to do that every single day with this opportunity. So let me just introduce you to Val. She is a coach on my team. She's been with me for almost 3 years now, I think. I think your coach anniversary is coming up here, but she is having so much success. It's been amazing to see her transform. I think she's been with us since she's had 2 babies. So she has 4 kids, but I'll let her tell her story. But she has an amazing story. She's building an amazing business, and she's creating a life by design. And as her coach, that's why I'm here, and that's what I do it. And I love seeing that happen. So go ahead, Val.
Can you hear me? All right, awesome. So, oh my goodness, my Mac is going to die. And I'm not even joking, and I don't have my power cord. This is my life. Like, whenever I get into a groove of something pops up, but it's true real life. I mean, I can't control it. And then I just have to pause and control the controllable. And that's how it all works. Kirsten, I'm going to let you take over for 1 second so I can get my power cord so it doesn't die on me? Is that okay?
All right, so we're just going to move on. She'll share her story in a minute, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we do as coaches. But seriously, you guys, this is this is what happens, and it's okay. Like, we live in sometimes a chaotic environment, but this is real life. We're moms. Life's crazy. Things happen. There's no perfection here. So when you join this team that it's okay. We can all be a hot mess, and we're still successful. So maybe you're thinking like, okay, well, what the heck do you do as coaches? I see you posting on social. I see you talking about going on retreats and hanging it with your team. The gist of what we do, and let me preface this with saying that we are not experts when it comes to nutrition and fitness. You can have a background in that, but you don't have to have a background in that. We are just normal, everyday people that use the products and absolutely love the products. And then we go on and share about the products. We connect with people using social media. It's the best free marketing that there is out there. So we connect with people on social, and all we do is we invite people to join us on this journey because we feel so passionately about what the products feel so passionate about what the products have done for us that it's just natural for us to want to invite people and share. So we're going to teach you about that. We'll talk to you about what that looks like. And you're just using the products and sharing them. And there's lots of different ways that you can do that. And we're going to talk to you all about that. So, Val, go ahead. If you're ready, you can share your story. And then once you're done, I'll go back through some of the common fears.
Awesome. So sorry. Of course, it just never fails, especially when I'm doing a live call. I feel like that's what my coaches, my challengers all know me as. The crazy mom of 4 who always in the background. I mean, my 2-year-old was in her birthday suit one time in the background when I was on a live challenge group call with 100 people. That's my life, and it's okay. Because I know other parents can relate to it too, and I just roll with the punches. But yeah, I have been a coach now. My coach anniversary is coming up in April, so I believe it's the very end of April. So I started this when I was 2 months postpartum, which is crazy, and I jumped right into coaching. I didn't start as a challenger like Kirsten, so my story is a little different, but I watched Kirsten for a long time, and I would say that this opportunity was in my head for a while, and I always thought, hey, I could do that. I know that I would like it because I love to work out. I love fitness. I love what it's done for me. And I'm already doing a lot of those things. I wasn't sharing openly on social media though. And I know that piece is a big piece because you want people to see what you're doing in order to show them how it actually works. So I guess first started with the workouts. Many of you know about Insanity or P90X, but Insanity was what I did when I couldn't go to the gym when my twins were premature. And I was a gym junkie, spent hours at the gym, and my nutrition was all over the place. And I use the gym definitely as a stress reliever, but I tried to outrun my diet and it never worked. And so Beachbody really opened my eyes with Insanity, with these at-home workouts, and that I could do it when my twins took a 20-minute nap, and then I could entertain them for the rest of the time. And that's how I started. And I saw Kirsten. We reconnected. We went to college together. We reconnected on social when social was starting to get big. And I saw her doing the same thing. And I'm like, what is she doing? Wait a minute, she's doing what I'm doing, but she's an online coach. What is she doing? And so we just started chatting, and, we just stayed friends, obviously from college. And then she just was sharing her successes. And I was like, she's going on these trips. She has a team. She's making friends with other women. I don't know. It just, all of those pieces, they were in my head. And I was like, and I was a speech therapist at the time. And I knew like, well, I thought then this is what, I went to school for 6 years. This is who I am. Like, this is my livelihood. And I had no intention of giving that up whatsoever. But as we got further down the road and I had my second child, Fallon, it really dawned on me that I wanted to be more at home. And I had put in a lot of hours at an office, at a school. I was working in private practice, and I was really getting burnt out. And I felt micromanaged too. And I really was thinking like, oh, I could be a speech therapist at home and, do that on my own time. But it just never lined up. And as a whole, there's so much paperwork that goes into it. And there was just so many other things that it just wasn't aligning. And so I remember talking to my husband postpartum, and it was starting to get warmer out. And I'm just like, I feel it. I feel like I could do this. I'm already doing most of the things. And I would love to be able to make a little bit more of a side income. So I was just thinking of it as a side income to help us while I'm at home with my babies. And then maybe it could turn into something, but I didn't know the potential that it really would have, this opportunity would have for me and my family. So I just decided to go all in, really fully try Shakeology and see what it was like. I tested it, I tasted it, and I liked the taste of it, but I never fully gave it a try. And I actually was like, I'll probably just return it because, I'll try it for the first month and just really see. So I know, so I can tell people like what it's about, but I don't fully intend of going all in like that route because, I can manage my nutrition on myself. Well, no. I tried it, I learned about it, and it has been the best thing, not only for me, but for my husband. My kids love it. And it has changed my life from the inside out. Literally, my transformation tells it all, because when I started using Shakeology, when I started following the plans, when I really went all in with the programs, like my transformation is crazy from it. So I knew that I was going all in on my postpartum journey, and I was just going to share openly what I was doing. And I was like, I'll try it out. What can I lose at this point? And I not only had super success with my own transformation, but I just started inviting friends and family, and people were wanting to know what I was doing because they were seeing the change. And I didn't know exactly what I was doing, but I just knew that I was just sharing what I was doing. I didn't know like what it would take, but I learned along the way. I watched YouTube videos on my own about coaches and what they did, and building your own sort of brand, because what I'm doing might not be what you exactly want to do. You might not be a crazy mama for. You might like to, I'm also a runner. Like, I share different passions that I have, and I feel like that is what connects me with all sorts of people. And that could, be the same case for you, and how you build your own brand, your own business. You can totally make it your own. So that's really how I got started, how it just really was in my brain. And then I finally just felt like all the stars aligned, and it was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to freaking do this now. And if it's not for me, well, hey, what's the worst that can happen? I figured it out. I can get it off my brain. So that's really it. And here we are, almost 3 years later. And I learned as I go. I've learned the whole time, just, one step after another. And you just keep getting better, really. I mean, that's how it works. So, yeah, I think that covers the gist of my story. So, we can go back over to more about coaching and what it is that we do.
There we go. Okay. So now we just really want to chat a little bit more about some of the fears that are already going through your head as we're talking and as you're learning about this opportunity. And so it's okay. It's completely normal to have fears and hesitations about this. But I love what Val said. And I would say, to you too, if you really feel that calling in your gut, it's there for a reason. It's an intuition that's telling you that you need to go for it. And there are going to be fears that come along the way that hold you back, but don't let the fears hold you back. Okay. So one of the fears that we hear a lot is that people are nervous about social media. Like, I don't use my social media a lot. I don't understand how to use it. I'm not an expert on social media. Can I really do this if I don't have a huge following? Yes, you can. The thing is that we're going to teach you all of that stuff. We have been around for a long time. We have a very successful team that we're part of. So you will never be at a loss for resources. I will tell you, the best thing that you can come in to this business with mindset wise is number one, thinking that everything is figure outable, because it is. Everything is figure outable. And two, be coachable. Just be willing to get uncomfortable when we teach you to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. It's absolutely scary. I promise you, you will not die. You will hear me say that. You won't die. I promise. You will actually feel really excited when you move out of that comfort zone. It will be really fulfilling. And once you start to share your journey on social media, and like I said, we are going to teach you to do that in a way that's authentic. We do not want you to have a page that feels very spammy or salesy. If you follow both Val and I, you will see that we are not like that at all. We are literally just sharing a gift that was given to us. It is up to those that follow us to receive that gift or not. And they have the option to unfollow us if it's something that they are not interested in. Most people that don't like seeing your stuff when it comes to health and fitness is because it's a reminder and a reflection of where they aren't and where they want to be. So it actually has nothing to do with you. And so people get very nervous about sharing because they're afraid of what people are going to think. Okay. All of that is a reflection on them. But to feel that way, like I said, is completely normal. But we're going to teach you. We're going to teach you the right way to brand yourself. We're going to teach you the right way to share what we have to offer in a way that's authentic, in a way that's real, in a way that inspires and motivates people, in a way that people see and hear your heart. Okay? The next thing that people get really nervous about is, well, what if I fail? Well, I'm here to tell you, you will absolutely fail. Okay? So let's just get that off the table right here. You are going to fail. But this is what we teach you. You're going to fail forward. And I love this analogy. John Maxwell says in a book that he wrote called Failing Forward, you should read it if failure is a huge issue in your mindset with whatever it is you have going on in life. But I want you to think back to a 1-year-old learning to walk. When they walk, when they're just learning, and I just went through this with my 1-year-old. He took his first step when he was 9 months, okay? He did not fully start walking until 10 months. And it was so interesting to me to watch him because he kept falling, but what did he do? Did he stay down? Absolutely not. He got back up. He got back up. It took him a good 4 weeks of taking steps, falling, figuring out things before he became an expert at walking. And he still can't run yet. He's still getting that walking thing down. He won't run for another 6-12 months, right? So you have to think about everything in your life that's new as the same way. You're always going to fail until you do it over and over, until you try again. So there are going to be times when you are part of this opportunity where you're not going to do it right, or it's going to feel weird or uncomfortable. That's completely and totally normal. But you will sell your life short. And this goes far beyond this opportunity here. If you do not Go out of your comfort zone and do things that your gut is telling you to do because you're afraid to fail, you will live a very mediocre life because you are going to fail. But every single failure along the way is going to teach you a lesson. So we're going to teach you how to change your mindset, how to have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. A growth mindset is saying, I welcome the failures. I know that I'm learning a lesson with each one. A fixed mindset is saying it's pass or fail. If I fail, then it's over. And that isn't the case. So we just know that you have that fear, and it's okay. Every single one of us had that fear when we started, but the more that we did the things, the more we overcame. And like I said a couple minutes ago, if you're coachable and you're willing to get uncomfortable, you will see success in this business. Okay, we have 3 more common fears that Val's going to go over, and then she's just going to touch on a little bit about why our team is different and what the next steps will be for you after you're finished listening to this call.
All right. So some other common fears that I hear all the time. The first one is, I am not at my goal weight. So how can I possibly coach someone if I'm not, at my end result? Well, because I've been there. I was 2 months postpartum, and I was literally just starting, and I just started sharing, and I wanted people to join me in my own journey. So like, I wanted people to do this with me, and I just showed up every single day, and I wasn't going to quit till I got to where I wanted to be. And right now I'm not at my goal weight. I'm not at, I'm getting there, but again, like, I've done this twice now. I had to show up when I was pregnant, and I still helped people along the way because I myself was doing my best to keep my nutrition in check when I was pregnant, not only when I was pregnant, but postpartum, and not at my goal weight. I wanted to show people that they could do this like just how I was doing it. So it's actually kind of better if you're not at your goal weight, because literally you're right in the trenches with anyone who you might think this would be a good fit for. And I think this is a good fit for anyone because the convenience of being able to do everything at home and have everything at your fingertips is everything. Like, everyone is so busy. Parents, college students, everybody. Like, I don't care who you are. We're in a busy society. And so being able to show up over and over again just shows the example. And you don't have to be at your goal weight to do this because I did it. So I think, and it's all mindset, and I was in it to win it with my own results, but also to help people along the way, to help people get the best results as well by doing the same things I was doing. So that's really addressing that. And I think, again, we help with that mindset. Being a coach is not just working on your own fitness and your own nutrition, but it's also your mental, your mindset. And if you have a strong mindset, you can do anything. So the next thing that I want to touch on is I hear this one all the time is, I don't like sales, and I don't want sales myself. So and when I hear people say this, I say, do you think that I showed up trying to sell you? And they would always say no. Same thing with the coaching opportunity. I'm not here to sell anyone on the coaching opportunity or convince, but I'm sharing because I'm so passionate about it. I share just like my favorite makeup line, just like my favorite foods or food brands or baby food or anything that I share. And my favorite book that I'm reading right now, it's because I love it and I'm passionate about this. And it's easy for me to share because this is what I'm doing. This is what my family does. It's my lifestyle. So again, mindset, you're not selling people. You're just simply sharing what's working for you, what you're doing right now. And a lot of you that are on here are just showing up because you're working on your better self. And people are motivated by that. They're inspired, and you're not just talking to them because you want a sale. It's because you want to help them. So what's your mindset on this really? Like, what is it that you're here for? Well, it's because you want to continue to inspire and motivate others, but help them get started. And that's what this is really all about. The next thing I'm going to touch on is the time commitment. And I can tell you, as a busy mom of 4, my life is crazy. And I don't know that I ever was like, oh, I can't do that, because I already was fitting in all the things with my fitness, with my nutrition. And I was like, I'm already doing those things. Let's try to piece together the other stuff. And I just learned from other coaches how to effectively manage my time. And I'm not perfect by any means. And I'm super passionate about this. So literally, like, when I hit my head on the pillow at night, like, I literally have my to-do list crossed off. So I learned to be strategic and to work in pockets of time effectively. And that's how, no matter if you have a full-time job already, no matter if you are a busy stay-at-home mom, no matter what your time looks like, if your mindset is this, that you're making it a priority and you fit it into your schedule, just like it is a job, because I treat this like, it's not just a job, it's my business. It's my 5th baby. And so I treat it like that, and I make sure that I fit all of the things that are important into my day. And I work around my kids and my schedule, my kids and what they need. And if I have to move something, the beauty of this business is that you can. If you have to take off the day, the beauty is that you can. I'm still going to show up, but I may not be doing all the things first thing in the morning. You can move things around. And so you don't have to have tons of time to be able to do this. There are so many successful coaches that work full time and do this in 2 hours of their day. They run a full-time successful business in 2 hours of their day. And you could do that too. It's just a matter of how bad you want it and how you can work it. So you don't need to have all this time in your day. And literally, some people work at their business in an hour a day. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, I sit down, I have to do an hour or 2 hours. It's totally your own business, and you can work it how it fits best for you. Okay. So the last thing that we're going to touch on is our team and what makes us different. You can probably hear my baby crying in the background. So I'm going to try to keep this really nice and short and sweet. But this is one of the biggies, though. Our team and what makes us different is that we are a part of one of the top teams in the entire network. Okay, so we have an amazing support system, our amazing upline, that we do not have to, that we do all of the things together. Okay, so you're not just like being an individual and running all these, trying to recreate everything and running your own business all by yourself. We give you the tools. And we work together, and we teach you everything that you need. So that's the beauty. You don't have to recreate or reinvent the wheel. Like, we are a community. We want you to be successful. We want to give you all the tools that has helped us and our not only our health and fitness, but our business thrive. And our community is unlike other because we have so many different walks of life on our team. We have teams from all over, or individuals from all over the country, and we make it a point to get together once a quarter, which is like every couple of months, because we love each other, but because we make each other better and we build each other up. And we just have that camaraderie that we just, it's just like unlike any other bond. And so the community, we do things like we have team retreats. We do a weekend where we get together and we do a live workout with a super trainer. It's called a super weekend. And we do a lot of team building activities, and we do fun things like go out to dinner, and just the community all in itself is amazing. We earn rewards trips called Success Club trips, and we get to go all over the country with those just by helping a couple people a month. You earn this free trip. And so it's a chance for you and your partner or your significant other to go on a free vacation, and you get to meet up with the same coaches that you work with all throughout the year. You make these amazing bonds with, and it's just the best thing. It changes your life because you don't really understand that you crave or need that until, at least for me, until it happened. And I was like, I have been missing this. I definitely crave community. I definitely crave being social, and being a mom kind of takes you out of that element. Being an adult sometimes takes you out of that element, depending on, you know, what it is that you do. So the community is everything. And just the rewards that you can earn through this opportunity just by helping people is amazing. Like, it just keeps pushing you forward because you want to earn, you know, the free shirts, the free trips, lots of different things, sweatshirts, hats, like you name it, you'll probably get it. But and just the endless amount of support and community is where it's at with this. So Kirsten, I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
Nope, just that we have the resources for you. So we have the team environment, and the yearly retreats that you can earn to go on, which are my favorite. They're always at a fun destination like a beach. But the support, you're not left on an island. You are going to be added to our team pages. We have weekly team calls. We have monthly mentorship trainings. So that's just kind of where we'll leave you with this, that if this is something that you feel called to do, if you feel like you can see yourself in our stories and you've been wanting to be part of something like this, we are enrolling for our next mentorship program in February. So we're enrolling now through the end of January to get you into that February mentorship program. And then that's going to be where it gets you started right. That's where we start teaching you everything that you need to do to be successful. We will start working with you on whatever goal it is that you have. And so your goals are your goals. This is your business. So you get to choose what you want your business to look like. And as far as time goes, like Val said, we are going to align you with your goals and the time commitment that you have. We're going to put those things together and help you to create the schedule and the lifestyle that you want based on what it is that you are looking to achieve. And that can always change too. So we're going to plug you in you're plugged in right now to our private Facebook group about what is coaching. So feel free to take a look around. And we have some albums in there, some more information in there. Please post any questions that you have, and make sure you reach out to whoever invited you to listen to this call and fill out the application for our next coach mentorship program so that we can get you enrolled and started right away. So thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to hop on this call with us.